There won't be an atmosphere to match this anywhere in the country this afternoon. The Birmingham team given rapturous applause by a crowd that are really thirsting for success following Aston Villa's victory in the League Cup last week. And already they've been given a talking point. The fact that John Roberts is back in the first team lineup for the first time since September, and in between times he's had an operation on his ankle. He's wearing the number 9 shirts in the team caption, but he will play at the back, I'm sure, with Kenny Burns up front. Pendry and Clark were both ruled out because of injury. Stuart Bohm at the head of the Middlesbrough team, and they brought some 12,000 supporters down to add to this really gripping atmosphere here. A lot of red and white scarves and various animals and things of that nature, cuddly toys being shown by some kids. And the Middlesbrough lineup is the one that's been doing well for them throughout the season, really. With a substitute this afternoon is Peter Bryan, who's normally a forward, though he can play in midfield. Gordon Kew of Amersham, the referee. Middlesbrough to kick off. Their 4th attempt to reach the semi-final. Birmingham in the white shorts. They were last in the semi-final in 1972 when they lost to the eventual winners Leeds United. John Craigs. And the free kick against Bob Hatton. Pitch looking quite green. It might cut up a bit in the middle. It's Bob Hatton, the top scorer on the Birmingham side with 13. Mills is number 9. Numbers on the shorts as well as the shirts. One by Gallagher. Here's Hendry. And Armstrong covering the run by Kendall. "11 years since Howard Kendall was the youngest man to play in the cup final at Wembley. And he's been back there again since, but he still hasn't got a winner's medal. Steve Bryant. It's a slight sign of nerves. Crowd of 50,000. Really a crackling atmosphere. John Roberts as well settled into his game. And the first corner of this quarter-final goes to Middlesbrough. It was at this stage that they went out of the League Cup. Willie Madron we just saw then run through the picture. Just on the edge there. Used the position for a corner. And often nods it back. But it's not long enough this time from Armstrong. Bohm who got up. Off the line by young Bryant. Goal kick, and Steve Bryant making a very good header off the line. Taylor, Burns chasing behind Madron, and Madron doing undoubtedly the right thing. Goalkeeper was much too close to him for a tap back, and Ken Burns was much too close to Madron for any second thoughts. Still in. Corner. One apiece. Ken Burns really very versatile player. Probably his best position is at the back. Almost Gordon Kew's view of the corner. And Platt came too far. And in fact Souness got him out of trouble with a flick over the top. Here is Souness coming away. Good ball from Armstrong to Murdoch. Bryant can't go all the way, he's got to turn. When's Gallagher? Did it well. Foul by Craigs. Touch of over keenness. Hatton turning his way and giving him a sight of the ball. 15 minutes gone, no score. Here's Burns. Just bobbling very badly for him. Hatton making the run across the box, getting him behind. And a little unlucky. Good running by Bob Hatton. Manton having to struggle a bit then. Hendry. Oh, a bit loose by Armstrong. Page. Burns won it. Manuel couldn't get there before Madron. Oh, nowhere near it by young Bryant then. Hatton. Birmingham teasing Middlesbrough a bit. And Bohm surely leant on then. But he got away with it. Contretemps between Taylor and Souness has added a bit of feeling to both game and crowd. That's Boggins. Well, there is an obvious remark about your playing the other way. Boggins taking a bit of sting out of the game then. Roberts. Page. Souness. Page. Bohm. Just a little frenetic at the moment. Oh, Gallagher. Just recovering in time, but rather proving my point. And the foul by Souness. Getting Emmanuel in the face, but I think that was accidental. Souness being pushed out of the way. And he's not the most popular man at St Andrews as Graham Souness at the moment. Hatton. Burns trying to get in. Madron, oh, well taken by Burns. Hatton. Not the space for the shots, and he tried to find it and lost the ball in the process. Safety first tactic. The decision against Hickton. Burns. Flick for Hatton, won by Souness. Hatton again. Souness. Neat. By Hickton, for which he will be booked without ceremony. Really an unnecessary tackle by John Hickton. The ball was definitely away, and Hickton's name goes in the book. So far the only thing he's got to show for his 400th appearance for Middlesbrough. Bryant okay. Burns. Hendry. Free kick against Spragan. And Gallagher was the one who didn't make contact. So away goes the last chance of a goal in the first half, which ends scoreless. which began well and didn't quite maintain the standard. And the long ball immediately looking for Hatton. And an immediate corner follows it. Hatton right up on the line. Gallagher at the back, and Hatton scored! What a start to the second half! If you caught the expression of Howard Kendall at the start of that half, the immediate long ball, the corner one, the in-swinger met by Gallagher slightly on the side of his head, and Bob Hatton opens the scoring. That will very much change the pattern of this game. It was in need of a goal and now it's got it. Bob Hatton's 14th goal of the season. Away by Page, and St Andrews has really come alight. And this has a possibility of another. Burns is there if he can put it to him, and he didn't. Hatton again! And Middlesbrough were asleep. All except for Graham Souness. But just listen to this place now. What a difference a goal makes. Spraggan. Armstrong pulled back well. Free kick against Kendall for a very wild tackle. Comes to Mills. Good save. But now after a goal we got a real firecracker of a quarter-final. Murdoch. Madron. Good cover by Page. Armstrong. Hickton. Roberts just getting there. Hickton wanted too long and it didn't come well for him. Armstrong. It's a good fight back by Middlesbrough. Craigs. Birmingham are not sitting back on it, they're being forced back. But they're covering well. Here's Hickton. Souness. Vaughan. Didn't run very kindly for Middlesbrough. Birmingham have got a match attack by attack, being way forward there by Latchford. Burns, Mills, Kendall. Bryant. Craigs. Murdoch. Page fouling him. Hickton. Good cross. And very, very nearly a score. But Alan Vaughan is really going to try Malcolm Page for the rest of this match. A different player now, he's been pushed further forward, and Middlesbrough a much more positive team since they went behind. Latchford, oh, only half there. Craigs. Bogan, but he's fouled his man, who was Taylor. Hendry, fouled by Bohm, and Madron was caught then by Burns. And that's why they're remonstrating. No doubt in my mind that Burns caught Madron then. Perhaps followed the first foul. And Ken Burns is going to be booked. I would think fairly hectic minutes remaining. 1-0 to Birmingham. Crowd in the stand underneath me have been up and down more times than the average gymnast. There's Hatton. Burns running left, Hendry is right. Square ball rather slowed the attack. Hendry has Kendall behind him. Here's Emmanuel. Hendry. Up comes Kendall, well used by Hendry. Hatton. But the skipper always watching that attack and always taking good positions, and was finally well found. Going up the right flank. Middlesbrough show the sort of ambition that perhaps they might have shown earlier. Earlier in the match, I mean. They've shown it ever since they went a goal down. Burns won that. Madron, it got deflected by John Roberts. And a corner. Good touch. Face of a battler. Hatton. Murdoch. Armstrong. Mills wants it out to the right. Bargain has made a very good run down the middle. And the early shot. Cup and league are so very different. Kendall. There's Hatton in space. A real rasper which never really looked like getting its target. Madron is up. Won by Kendall, comes to Taylor. Referee looks at his watch for the first time. Murdoch with the ball. And the whistle has gone. And Birmingham are through to the semi-final. Look at the delight all around St Andrews. The jig, the jog, and there's the man who's given them the delight. Bob Hatton, who scored in the opening minutes of the second half. The one goal from a set piece decisive, and Birmingham go through.
What a chance for Birmingham to make history now in their centenary year, having narrowly got the better of Jackie Charlton's boys in a game in which no quarter seemed to be given or asked. Just one goal was enough, and the scorer, Bob Hatton, a little older than Alan Taylor, but equally delighted when he talked to Barry Davies.
Bob, you've had a few moments now to savour the victory. What's it feel like?
Very, very thrilled indeed. All the players are very elated. We've worked hard in the week, and it's nice to see it come off now after training so hard and been away from the families and so on.
I've just had a word with Freddie Goodwin. He described it as a bit too close for comfort, although he enjoyed obviously the result.
Very close, very competitive, but we thought it would be. Middlesbrough as well has been a very good footballing side, a very competitive as well, and I think we matched them in just about every department and just deserved to pip them on the day.
The one goal?
Yes, it was a set piece. We practiced it in training at Littlestown in the week. Howard Kendall knocked it across to Big Joe Gallagher, who's very determined indeed, got up for the ball and knocked it down to me, and I managed to get on the end of it.
You've been around a bit, Bob.
Yes.
You're now so close to Wembley again.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just hoping and praying that this is going to be the year. But we're not going to make any outlandish predictions yet. There's a long way to go. And mind you, our fans keep cheering us on, the 47,000 who are here today. I think we'll stand a good chance.
They clearly play a very important part.
Oh, they're absolutely fantastic. They really are. Not just at home, but away as well. They give us a terrific vocal support, you know.